Today, we will be discussing text decoration using CSS. So, first, we will be considering font properties. Some example properties are given here along with its description. The first property is font-family that defines which font will be used. The second property is font-size that defines how large the letters will be drawn. The third property, font-style, that is used to enable or disable italic style or some other styles. Font-weight that is used to enable or disable bold style. That is weight that defines bold style. Okay. First, we will be considering the font family. So, starting with an example. So, here the selector is H2. It's a simple selector, and the property value list is font-family colon courier new. So, courier new is a type of font. So, here font-family, that is the property that is having the value courier new. You can change it to Times New Roman, Verdana, Tahoma, Gorgia, etc. The second style is applied to paragraph element, that is P is the selector here. Font family is Arial, Helvetica, Futura. So three different font family names are specified here. We will see the example and its description here. This tells the browser to use Arial if it supports that font. If it is not available or not supported by your browser, then the next type, that is Helvetica, that browser will search for Helvetica type of font. Again, it is not supporting, the browser is not supporting, it will search for Futura font. Okay, so this is how it works. If the browser supports neither Arial nor Helvetica, it should use Futura. If it supports it, otherwise the default font family set by the browser will be used. If the browser does not support any of the specified font, it will use a font from the same category, in this case sans serif. Okay. Font family generic names are serif, sans serif, cursive, fantasy, monospace. These are some of the examples. So generic names of serif means there comes a number of different font family types. Examples are Times New Roman, Garmont, etc. Under sans serif generic name or group, Arial Helvetica comes, cursive, Calfish script and Sap Chancery, Fantasy, Critter, Cottonwood, Monospace, Courier, and Prestige. These are some of the generic names and examples. The second property is font size. The font size property value specifies the size of the font. Two categories of font size values are there, absolute and relative. In the absolute category, the size value could be given as length value in points, pixels, or as a keyword from the list XX small, that is extra small, then extra small, that is X hyphen small, then small, medium, large, XX large, etc. So that is absolute way of giving the length. So in points or picas means a particular measure or unit of font value specification. One problem with the keyword size is that the size relationship between the adjacent keyword is not exactly the same on different browsers. For example, these keywords XX small, small, X large, large, XX large, medium, etc. That is having these different style or particular keyword is having slight difference in Google Chrome and Firefox, and when comparing with Internet Explorer or some other browser, Netscape Navigator or Safari, some size difference will be there. That is a problem associated with keyword sizes. The relative size values are smaller and larger, which adjust the font size relative to the font size of the parent element. However, the amount of change that results from these are not the same amount among browsers. Percent value can also be used to adjust the font size relative to the font size of the parent element. Font size colon 1.2 em. This sets the font size to 1.2 times the font size of the parent element. The previous, for example, the parent element means something is enclosed in one particular tag. For example, heading tag is enclosed in paragraph tag. Then paragraph tag is the parent element. Then heading tag is having 1.2 times the size of the parent tag that is associated with paragraph tag. So heading tag will be larger than 1.2 times larger than the parent element's font size. So the percentages are and the use of em are equivalent. Percentage and em are equivalent. 1.2 em and 120 percentage are exactly the same. So this is how percentage and em values are applied in font size specification. Then font style and font weight. The font style property is usually used to specify italics, as in font hyphen style colon italic. An alternative to italic is oblique, but when displayed, the two are nearly identical. So oblique is not a terribly useful font style. Instead of oblique, normally italic is used. This is one other possible value for the font style, that is normal, which specifies that the font be in the normal style. The font weight property is used to specify the degree of boldness, as in font weight colon bold. So that gives a bold appearance to your font. Besides bold, the possible values normal, that is the default value, bolder and lighter. So four different values are there: bold, normal, bolder and lighter. Any one of these values can be specified. The bolder and lighter values are taken as relative to the level of boldness of the parent element, that is relative to the parent element's font size. Specific numbers also can be given in multiples of 100, from 100 to 900, where 400 is the same as normal and 700 is the same as bold. Then bolder will be greater than 700, 800 or 900. Okay. Font shorthand methods. There are some easy techniques for giving styles, that are font shorthands. So instead of giving all the property and value separately, you can give as a single line. If more than one font property must be specified, the values can be stated in a list as the value of the font property. The browser then determines which property to assign from the forms of the value. One example is given here: font colon bold space 1.1 em space Times New Roman space Palatino. That specifies the font weight should be bold. The font size should be 1.1 times that of its parent element, and either Times New Roman or Palatino font should be used, with precedence given to Times New Roman. If Times New Roman is not supported by your browser, Palatino will be taken into effect. If both the values are not applicable or the browser is not supporting Times New Roman and Palatino, then the default font type will be taken. That is browser dependent. CSS properties for text. Now, till now we have seen font properties. Now we will be discussing CSS properties for text. The properties and descriptions are given here. Text hyphen align, that is alignment of text within its elements. Text hyphen decoration, decorations such as underlining. Line hyphen height, word hyphen spacing, letter hyphen spacing. There are some properties that defines the gaps between various portions of the text. Then text indent, text hyphen indent is the property name. Indents the first letter of each paragraph. We are giving a particular space for the first line of every paragraph. Now we will see some of the examples here. See, P followed by text align justify and H2 text align sender. Two style specifications, one for paragraph selector and H2 selector, the other is specified here. So text align can be left, right, center or justify. Here for paragraph we have used the value justify, and for heading tag H2 we have used center. Now comes text decoration. The text decoration property is used to specify some special features of text. The available values are line through, overline, underline, and none. That is the default one, none, without any text decoration style values. That is the default value. That there will not be any line through or overline or underline. Many browsers implicit underline links. Underline is given for links normally by almost all the browsers. The none value can be used to avoid this underlining. Text decoration is not inherited. There is no inheritance between any parent or child element. There is no parent child relationship for text decoration. Relatively, we cannot specify anything. One example is given here along with its code and screenshot. Decoration. One comment is there, decoration.html, an example that illustrates the several of possible text decoration values. Then HTML language is equal to en. You can specify the language of your HTML code, in which language the page should appear. Here by default, en is the language name. Otherwise, we can specify lang is equal to en. Suppose you need to display in French, fr is the code name. Then regional languages also having some language names. Then followed by HTML, a head tag, title tag, and meta tag, style, etc. specified, and body tag is also there. So in the style property or style element, p.delete, p.cap, p.attention, three different classes are defined there. Delete, cap, and attention. These are the class names for paragraph tag. In the delete class, text decoration colon line through. So line through is there. So line through means strike off like effect will be there. P.cap, the second class is cap. Text decoration value is overline. So there will be an overline. So over the font or over the text there will be a line. P.attention, text decoration, underline. So underlined text will be appeared. In the body, three different paragraph tags are there. Paragraph elements are there with class names differing to delete, cap, and attention. The class is equal to delete paragraph element that illustrates line through. P class is equal to cap. This illustrates overline. P space class is equal to attention. This illustrates underline. See the corresponding output. First one, the effect will be for class name is equal to delete. Line through is in effect. For the second class cap, overline is there in effect, and attention class underline is there. So this is how text decoration works. Different values are, we already discussed the different values are line through, overline, underline, and none. Suppose you need to remove this value, this text decoration, you can give none as the value for text decoration property. Okay, this is the example here. Now text spacing. In letter spacing property controls the amount of space between the letters in words. The spacing is called tracking. So that is an important point. Tracking. What do you mean by tracking in text spacing or CSS? That is text spacing. The possible values of letter spacing are normal or any length property value. Positive values increase the letter spacing, negative values decrease it. We will see some examples here along with this information. Letter spacing colon 1 px, px stands for pixel, spreads the letters of words. Likewise, letter spacing minus 1 px squeezes the letters of words together. Positive values will give spaces, more spaces in between the letters. Negative values are removing the extra space or that squeezes the letters of words together. The value normal resets letter spacing back to that of the parent element. The space between lines of text can be controlled within the line height property. This spacing is called leading. So tracking and leading. So suppose you need to increase or decrease the space in between letters, that is tracking, and between lines. So different line spacing is increased or decreased, that is leading. That is known as leading. The value of line height can be a number, in which case a positive number sets the line spacing to that number times the font size. 2.0 means double spacing. The next thing is text indent. T is very small here. Text indent, that is a heading. The text indent property can be used to indent the first line of a paragraph. So giving some extra space to the first line of a paragraph. This property takes either a length or a percentage value as in the following markup. Style tag is there, type is equal to text slash css is specified, p dot indent. So indent is the class, p dot indent means that indent class name is applicable to paragraph element. Text indent colon 2em. So t 2em, that is the value given there. Okay, so this is how text indent styles are specified. Another property is list hyphen style hyphen type. So here we can specify a particular style type for list. Ordered list and unordered list are there. So for list, how we can give labels. So here ordered list style types are defined. Possible values are none. No markers are or no labels are defined there. Disk, that is with respect to unordered list, that is a default one. Otherwise you can give circle or square. The next one is decimal 1 2 3 etc. Decimal leading 0 0 1 0 2 0 3 etc. Lower Roman, upper Roman, lower alphabets or lower alpha, upper alpha, lower Greek, that is alpha beta gamma etc. That is the names or labels over there. Some other values are Hebrew, Armenian, Georgian, CJK ideographic, Hiragana. These are some of the other possible list style type values. The example oil list hyphen style hyphen type colon lower Roman is specified. So small letter I. The possible values are having a particular style type. The same way lower Roman will appear. The next is color. The color property is used to specify the foreground color of HTML elements. This is foreground color, not background color. For example, consider the following description of a small table. Style is specified there, th dot red and th dot orange. So th stands for table header. Th dot red is the class name and the other class name is orange. So for th dot red class, color colon red is specified. The orange class th dot orange, color colon orange is specified. The style property ends, the style element ends there. Then table is started. Table rows are specified. Three different heading tags are there. Th class is equal to red, th class is equal to orange, th class is equal to orange again. For apple, orange, screwdriver. These are some example how the foreground color of HTML elements will be set. So here in the table header, apple will be in red, orange and screwdriver will be in orange color. We can set background color also. Style type is equal to text slash css. P dot standout, another class is specified. Font size 2em, color equal to blue. Then background hyphen color is equal to colon magenta. So three different property value pairs or declarations are there. Font size is 2em, color colon blue, and background color magenta. So color blue means the foreground color. Background hyphen color, that is magenta. Background will be in magenta color. So style element ends there. P class is equal to standout is used. Class name is given. as standout. To really make it stand out, use a magenta background. That particular paragraph element along with its content will be appeared in blue with a magenta background color. So this is how color properties are defined and specified in CSS. Thank you.